The Awakening. The red desert sands of Mars stretched endlessly under the pale orange sky. Dr. Amelia Zhao squinted through her helmet visor, her breath fogging the reinforced glass as she surveyed the desolate landscape. Her team of archaeologists had been excavating this site for months, following a trail of anomalous energy readings that defied explanation. Dr. Zhao, the excited voice of her colleague, Dr. Jamal Hassan, crackled through her comm system. "We found something. You need to see this." Amelia's heart raced as she made her way to the dig site. The team had unearthed a structure unlike anything they'd ever seen before. Its smooth, iridescent surface seemed to shimmer and shift, defying the laws of physics. As they carefully entered the structure, a soft blue glow emanated from within. At its center stood a pedestal, upon which rested a small spherical object. It pulsed with an inner light as if alive. "What is it?" whispered Dr. Hassan, his voice filled with awe. Amelia shook her head, equally mesmerized. "I don't know, but it's not of human origin, and it's certainly not Martian." As if responding to their presence, the sphere began to hum. Before anyone could react, it released a blinding flash of energy that engulfed the team. When the light faded, Amelia found herself on her knees, gasping for breath. But something had changed. She felt different. In the days that followed, reports began flooding in from Earth. People all over the world were experiencing strange phenomena. Some claimed to have developed telekinetic abilities, while others reported sudden bursts of genius-level intelligence or inexplicable healing powers. The activation of the Martian artifact had awakened something dormant within the human species. As governments scrambled to understand and contain the situation, a new signal was detected coming from deep space. Humanity was not alone, and the galaxy had taken notice. The first alien ship arrived in Earth's orbit 3 months after the Awakening. Its sleek, organic design was unlike anything humans had ever conceived. As the world held its collective breath, a message was broadcast globally. "Greetings, children of Earth. We are the Alnorans. Your recent evolution has not gone unnoticed. We come seeking understanding and to offer guidance in these turbulent times." The arrival of the Alnorans sparked a mix of fear, excitement, and skepticism across the globe. Some hailed them as saviors, while others saw them as a potential threat. As diplomatic channels opened, it became clear that humanity's newfound abilities had upset a delicate balance in the galactic community. Amelia found herself at the center of it all, working alongside both human scientists and Alnoran researchers to understand the nature of the changes affecting her species. The Martian artifact, it turned out, was part of a network of similar devices scattered throughout the galaxy, left behind by an ancient civilization known as the Precursors. "Your species was not meant to awaken so soon," explained Zara, an Alnoran scientist with luminescent skin and large expressive eyes. "The artifact was designed to activate gradually, over thousands of years. Its sudden awakening has accelerated your evolution far beyond our predictions." As Amelia processed this information, alarms blared throughout the research facility. On the main view screen, a fleet of imposing warships appeared, their designs radically different from the Alnoran vessels. Zora's face paled. "The Vorax Imperium. They believe your species to be a threat to galactic stability. We must prepare for conflict." As the Vorax ships approached Earth, humanity faced its first true test as a fledgling member of the galactic community. The abilities awakened by the artifact would be put to the ultimate test, with the very survival of the human race hanging in the balance. Amelia clenched her fists, feeling the newfound power coursing through her veins. Whatever came next, she knew that humanity would face it together, forever changed by the cosmic awakening that had set them on this unexpected path. The Exodus. The years following the awakening were marked by unprecedented growth and innovation. Humanity's newfound abilities, combined with the knowledge shared by the Alnorans, led to technological leaps that would have once seemed impossible. Dr. Amelia Zhao stood on the observation deck of the International Space Station, gazing down at the blue marble that was Earth. Despite the progress they had made, the planet was showing signs of strain. Climate change, overpopulation, and resource depletion were taking their toll. "We can't stay here forever," she murmured, her breath fogging the reinforced glass. The decision to leave Earth was not made lightly. It took years of debate, planning, and preparation. But as the Vorax Imperium's threats grew more frequent and Earth's resources dwindled, the choice became clear. Humanity needed a new home among the stars. The construction of the Exodus fleet was a testament to human ingenuity and determination. Massive ships, each capable of sustaining millions of people for generations, took shape in orbit. They incorporated the best of human and Alnoran technology, powered by the same energy that had awakened humanity's latent abilities. As the day of departure approached, Amelia found herself working tirelessly alongside a diverse team of humans and aliens. The fleet would carry not just people, but the hopes and dreams of an entire species. "Are we really ready for this?" asked Dr. Jamal Hassan, Amelia's longtime colleague and friend. His eyes were tired, but filled with excitement. Amelia smiled, placing a hand on his shoulder. "Ready or not, it's time. We've prepared as best we can. The rest, well, we'll face it together." The day of launch arrived with a mix of solemnity and anticipation. As the Exodus fleet prepared to depart, a message was broadcast to every corner of the Earth. "People of Earth, this is not goodbye. It is the beginning of a new chapter in our shared story. We carry with us the spirit of our homeworld, the memories of those who came before, and the promise of a future among the stars. Today, we become a spacefaring civilization." With a brilliant flash of energy, the fleet engaged its faster-than-light drives. Earth grew smaller in the viewscreens until it was just another pale blue dot in the vastness of space. The journey was not without its challenges. As the fleet ventured deeper into uncharted space, they encountered wonders and terrors beyond imagination. Strange anomalies tested the limits of their technology, while hostile alien forces probed for weaknesses. One particularly harrowing encounter came 6 months into their journey. A Vorax battle group ambushed the fleet, their energy weapons lighting up the void of space. All hands to battle stations. The alarm blared throughout the ships as the fleet scrambled to defend itself. Amelia ran to the bridge of the flagship, her mind racing. As she entered, she saw Captain Elena Rodriguez barking orders, her face illuminated by the flashing red alert lights. "Status report," Amelia called out. "Vorax ships have us surrounded," Elena replied grimly. "They're demanding we surrender and return to Earth." Amelia's eyes narrowed. "Not an option. We need to break through their lines." As the battle raged, something extraordinary happened. The latent abilities awakened by the Martian artifact began to manifest in new and unexpected ways. Crews across the fleet reported instances of enhanced intuition, allowing them to anticipate enemy movements before they happened. Amelia herself felt a surge of energy coursing through her body. Instinctively, she reached out with her mind, connecting with the ship's systems in a way she never had before. Through this newfound link, she could see patterns in the Vorax attack, weaknesses in their formation. "There," she shouted, pointing to a holographic display of the battlefield. "If we concentrate our fire on these points, we can create a gap in their lines." Captain Rodriguez didn't hesitate. "You heard her. All ships, focus fire on the designated targets." The Exodus fleet moved as one, their weapons blazing. The Vorax, caught off guard by the humans' sudden coordination and power, found their formation shattered. In the chaos that followed, the fleet slipped through the gap, engaging their FTL drives and leaving the Vorax far behind. As the adrenaline of battle faded, Amelia slumped into a nearby chair, exhausted but exhilarated. What just happened?" she asked, looking at her hands in wonder. Elena smiled, a mix of pride and amazement on her face. "I think we just discovered a new level to our abilities. The artifact didn't just change us physically, It connected us in ways we're only beginning to understand. As news of the victory spread throughout the fleet, a sense of hope and unity blossomed. They had faced their first true test as a spacefaring civilization and emerged stronger for it. But even as they celebrated, questions lingered. How far could their newfound abilities develop? And what other challenges awaited them in the vast, unknown reaches of space? The Exodus fleet pressed on, carrying with it the dreams of humanity and the potential for a future beyond anything they had imagined on Earth. The journey had only just begun, and the greatest adventures and challenges still lay ahead. The new frontier. After years of travel through the cosmic void, the Exodus fleet approached its destination, a promising exoplanet in the habitable zone of a distant star. As they entered the system, anticipation and anxiety rippled through the fleet. Would this new world truly be suitable for human life? What unexpected challenges awaited them? Dr. Amelia Zhao stood on the bridge of the flagship, her eyes fixed on the viewscreen as the blue-green world grew larger. Scans indicated a breathable atmosphere, liquid water, and signs of primitive life. It wasn't Earth, but it was as close as they were likely to find. "It's beautiful," whispered Captain Elena Rodriguez, standing beside her. "What shall we call it?" Amelia smiled. "Nova Terra, a new Earth for a new beginning." As the fleet entered orbit, tensions ran high. The first landing parties were assembled, a mix of scientists, soldiers, and colonists. Amelia insisted on being part of the initial team, a scientific curiosity overriding any sense of caution. The shuttle descended through wisps of alien clouds, touching down on a vast plain covered in violet grass-like vegetation. As the doors opened, Amelia took a deep breath, tasting the alien air for the first time. It was sweet, with a hint of something unidentifiable. "Remember," she cautioned the team, "we're the aliens here. Let's tread lightly." The first weeks on Nova Terra were a whirlwind of discovery and adaptation. The planet's ecosystem was complex and often surprising. Some of the local flora turned out to be mildly toxic to humans, while others had unexpected medicinal properties. The fauna ranged from microscopic organisms to large, six-legged herbivores that roamed the plains in herds. As the colony took shape, strange occurrences began to surface. Colonists reported vivid, shared dreams of ancient cities and advanced technology. Others found their abilities, awakened by the Martian artifact, growing stronger and more refined. Amelia and her team worked tirelessly to unravel these mysteries. Their research led them to a startling discovery. Nova Terra bore signs of an ancient, long-vanished civilization. The ruins of vast cities lay hidden beneath the planet's surface, preserved for millennia. As they delved deeper into the ruins, they uncovered technology far beyond their understanding. Holographic displays flickered to life, showing star maps and schematics for devices that defied the laws of physics as they knew them. "This is incredible," Dr. Jamal Hassan exclaimed, his eyes wide with wonder. "But why does some of this seem familiar?" Amelia nodded, a theory forming in her mind. "Because we've seen it before. On Mars, and in the artifact that changed us. I think we found the homeworld of the precursors." The implications of this discovery sent shockwaves through the colony and the fleet. If Nova Terra was indeed the origin point of the precursors, it meant that humanity's journey had brought them full circle. They were not just finding a new home, they were returning to their ancient roots. As news of the discovery spread, it caught the attention of the wider galactic community. Diplomatic envoys from various alien civilizations began to arrive, some offering alliance and cooperation, others viewing the humans with suspicion and fear. Among the arrivals was a delegation from a secretive race known as the Archivists. Their leader, a being of pure energy named Sarl, requested a private audience with Amelia and the colony's leadership. "We have watched your species with great interest," Sarl's voice resonated in their minds. "The awakening of your abilities was unexpected, but not unplanned. You see, your kind are not merely the inheritors of the precursor's legacy. You are their descendants. The revelation stunned the human leaders. Zal explained that the precursors, facing extinction, had seeded various worlds with their genetic material, encoded with their knowledge and abilities. Earth had been one such world, but the harsh conditions had necessitated a slower, more gradual evolution. The artifact you found on Mars was meant to guide your species' development over millennia, Zal continued. Its premature activation has thrust you into the galactic stage far earlier than anticipated. Some, like the Vorax, fear this. Others see it as an opportunity for growth and change. The new frontier. After years of travel through the cosmic void, the Exodus fleet approached its destination, a promising exoplanet in the habitable zone of a distant star. As they entered the system, anticipation and anxiety rippled through the fleet. Would this new world truly be suitable for human life? What unexpected challenges awaited them? Dr. Amelia Zhao stood on the bridge of the flagship, her eyes fixed on the view screen as the blue-green world grew larger. Scans indicated a breathable atmosphere, liquid water, and signs of primitive life. It wasn't Earth, but it was as close as they were likely to find. "It's beautiful," whispered Captain Elena Rodriguez, standing beside her. "What shall we call it?" Amelia smiled. "Nova Terra. A new Earth for a new beginning." As the fleet entered orbit, tensions ran high. The first landing parties were assembled, a mix of scientists, soldiers, and colonists. Amelia insisted on being part of the initial team, her scientific curiosity overriding any sense of caution. The shuttle descended through wisps of alien clouds, touching down on a vast plain covered in violet grass-like vegetation. As the doors opened, Amelia took a deep breath, tasting the alien air for the first time. It was sweet, with a hint of something unidentifiable. "Remember," she cautioned the team, "we're the aliens here. Let's tread lightly." The first weeks on Nova Terra were a whirlwind of discovery and adaptation. The planet's ecosystem was complex and often surprising. Some of the local flora turned out to be mildly toxic to humans, while others had unexpected medicinal properties. The fauna ranged from microscopic organisms to large, six-legged herbivores that roamed the plains in herds. As the colony took shape, strange occurrences began to surface. Colonists reported vivid, shared dreams of ancient cities and advanced technology. Others found their abilities, awakened by the Martian artifact, growing stronger and more refined. Amelia and her team worked tirelessly to unravel these mysteries. Their research led them to a startling discovery. Nova Terra bore signs of an ancient, long-vanished civilization. The ruins of vast cities lay hidden beneath the planet's surface, preserved for millennia. As they delved deeper into the ruins, they uncovered technology far beyond their understanding. Holographic displays flickered to life, showing star maps and schematics for devices that defied the laws of physics as they knew them. "This is incredible," Dr. Jamal Hassan exclaimed, his eyes wide with wonder. "But why does some of this seem familiar?" Amelia nodded, a theory forming in her mind. "Because we've seen it before, on Mars, and in the artifact that changed us. I think we found the homeworld of the precursors." The implications of this discovery sent shockwaves through the colony and the fleet. If Nova Terra was indeed the origin point of the precursors, it meant that humanity's journey had brought them full circle. They were not just finding a new home, they were returning to their ancient roots. As news of the discovery spread, it caught the attention of the wider galactic community. Diplomatic envoys from various alien civilizations began to arrive, some offering alliance and cooperation, others viewing the humans with suspicion and fear. Among the arrivals was a delegation from a secretive race known as the Archivists. Their leader, a being of pure energy named Sarel, requested a private audience with Amelia and the colony's leadership. "We have watched your species with great interest," Sarel's voice resonated in their minds. "The awakening of your abilities was unexpected, but not unplanned. You see, your kind are not merely the inheritors of the precursors' legacy. You are their descendants." The revelation stunned the human leaders. Saul explained that the precursors, facing extinction, had seeded various worlds with their genetic material, encoded with their knowledge and abilities. Earth had been one such world, but the harsh conditions had necessitated a slower, more gradual evolution. The artifact you found on Mars was meant to guide your species' development over millennia, Saul continued. Its premature activation has thrust you into the galactic stage far earlier than anticipated. Some, like the Vor, fear this. Others see it as an opportunity for growth and change. As the implications of this knowledge sank in, Amelia felt a mix of awe and responsibility. Humanity was not just finding its place among the stars, it was reclaiming a legacy left by its cosmic ancestors. The years that followed were a time of great change and adaptation. Nova Terra became a thriving hub of human and alien cooperation, with the recovered precursor technology ushering in a new age of exploration and discovery. But challenges remained. The Vorax Imperium, though held at bay, continued to view humanity as a threat. Other, unknown forces stirred in the dark spaces between the stars, drawn by the re-emergence of precursor technology. As Amelia stood on a balcony overlooking the sprawling capital city of Nova Terra, she reflected on the journey that had brought them here. From the red sands of Mars to the violet plains of this new world, humanity had faced trials and triumphs beyond imagination. The future remained uncertain, filled with both promise and peril. But as she looked up at the unfamiliar constellations twinkling in the alien sky, Amelia felt a sense of hope. Whatever challenges lay ahead, humanity would face them together, guided by the legacy of their past and the potential of their future. The cosmic awakening that had begun on Mars was not an end, but a beginning. Humanity's greatest adventure was just beginning, and the stars themselves seemed to beckon them onward into the vast unknown, the cosmic crucible. A decade had passed since the establishment of Nova Terra. The human colony had flourished, growing into a beacon of innovation and interspecies cooperation. Dr. Amelia Zhao, now serving as the colony's chief scientist and diplomat, found herself at the center of a brewing galactic storm. The Vorax Imperium had been suspiciously quiet in recent years, but intelligence reports suggested they were amassing a formidable fleet on the edges of known space. Their motives remained unclear, but few doubted their hostility towards the rapidly advancing human civilization. "We can't ignore this threat any longer," Admiral Elena Rodriguez, formerly captain of the Exodus fleet, argued during a high-level meeting. "We need to prepare for the possibility of all-out war." Amelia frowned, her eyes scanning the holographic display of Vorax fleet movements. "War should be our last resort. We still don't fully understand our own capabilities, let alone the full extent of precursor technology. There has to be another way." As if in answer to her words, alarms blared throughout the command center. A junior officer rushed in, his face pale. "We're detecting massive energy signatures approaching the system. It's the Vorax, and they're not alone." The view screen lit up with a terrifying sight. A vast armada of Vorax ships filled the space around Nova Terra, accompanied by vessels of unknown design. At their center loomed a colossal structure that defied comprehension, a massive ring-shaped object that pulsed with otherworldly energy. "By the stars," whispered Jamal Hassan, who had joined them on the command deck. "What is that thing?" Before anyone could respond, a transmission cut through all communication channels. A guttural voice, filled with malice, echoed through the speakers. "Humans of Nova Terra, your rapid ascension ends now. Surrender the precursor technologies and submit to Vorax rule, or face annihilation." As panic spread through the colony, Amelia felt a strange calm settle over her. The years of studying precursor artifacts had changed her in ways she was only beginning to understand. Closing her eyes, she reached out with her mind, connecting to the vast network of precursor technology that lay dormant beneath Nova Terra's surface. Suddenly, the world around her shifted. Amelia found herself standing in a vast, shimmering chamber, surrounded by beings of pure energy. One of them stepped forward, its form vaguely humanoid. "Welcome, Amelia Zao," the being spoke directly into her mind. "We are the echoes of those you call precursors. Our time has long passed, but our legacy lives on in you and your kind." Amelia's mind reeled with questions, but the being continued. "The threat you face is one we too encountered eons ago. The Vorax are not what they seem. They are pawns in a greater game, manipulated by an ancient evil we thought long defeated." Images flashed through Amelia's consciousness, a war that spanned galaxies, a malevolent force that consumed entire civilizations, and the precursors' desperate plan to seed the universe with their essence, hoping that one day their descendants would rise to face this threat. "The ring you see is not a weapon, but a key," the precursor explained. "It can unlock the full potential of our technology and of your own latent abilities. But beware, for it can also awaken that which should remain dormant." As Amelia's consciousness snapped back to reality, she found herself back in the command center, mere seconds having passed. With newfound clarity, she turned to her stunned colleagues. "I know what we need to do," she said, her voice filled with determination, "but we'll need help." Over the next few hours, as the Vorax fleet loomed menacingly in orbit, Amelia worked tirelessly to unite the various factions of Nova Terra. Humans, Anorans, and even some defecting Vorax joined forces, guided by the insights Amelia had gleaned from the precursor consciousness. Using a combination of reverse-engineered precursor tech and their own evolved abilities, the defenders of Nova Terra launched a daring counteroffensive. Ships piloted by mind-linked crews danced through the Vorax formation, their movements guided by precognitive flashes and collective intuition. But the true battle, Amelia knew, would be for control of the mysterious ring. As the fleet engaged the Vorax forces, a small team led by Amelia and Jamal boarded a stealth ship bound for the massive structure. As they approached, the ring pulsed with increasing intensity. Amelia felt its pull, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually. This was the crucible in which humanity's future would be forged. Boarding the ring was like stepping into another world. Its interior defied conventional physics, with gravity shifting and reality itself seeming to bend around them. As they made their way to what they hoped was the control center, they encountered resistance, not from Vorax soldiers, but from shadowy entities that seemed to phase in and out of existence. The ancient evil, Amelia realized aloud. It's trying to prevent us from activating the ring. Using their evolved abilities and precursor-derived technology, the team fought their way through the nightmarish Guardians. Each confrontation pushed them to new limits, unlocking deeper levels of their potential. Finally, they reached the heart of the ring. A pulsing core of energy floated before them, its surface rippling with complex patterns that seemed to hold the secrets of the universe itself. "This is it," Jamal said, his voice filled with awe. "But how do we activate it?" Amelia stepped forward, drawn by an instinct she couldn't explain. As she approached the core, tendrils of energy reached out to her, enveloping her in a cocoon of light. In that moment, she understood. The ring wasn't just a key to precursor technology. It was a test, a final safeguard to ensure that only those worthy could unlock its full potential. Through the energy field, Amelia could sense the battle raging around Nova Terra. She felt the hopes and fears of every being fighting for their future. With a deep breath, she opened her mind fully to the ring's power. The effect was immediate and breathtaking. A wave of energy pulsed outward from the ring, washing over the entire star system. On Nova Terra and in the ships above, humans and aliens alike felt a surge of power and understanding. The shadowy entities attacking Amelia's team dissolved into nothingness. The Vorax fleet, their strings cut, fell into disarray, and deep in the void of space, something ancient and malevolent recoiled, its plans disrupted but not defeated. As the energy subsided, Amelia found herself back on the bridge of the Nova Terran flagship. The view screens showed the Vorax fleet in retreat, with many ships powered down or drifting aimlessly. What just happened?" Admiral Rodriguez asked, her voice filled with wonder. Amelia smiled, feeling the weight of newfound knowledge and responsibility. "We passed the test," she said simply. "And in doing so, we've taken our first true step into the galactic community. But our journey is far from over." In the days that followed, the full implications of their victory became clear. The activation of the ring had not only unlocked new levels of precursor technology, but had also accelerated the evolution of human abilities. Moreover, it had revealed the true nature of the threat facing not just humanity, but all sentient life in the galaxy. As representatives from various alien races began to arrive on Nova Terra, seeking alliance and guidance, Amelia knew that they stood at a turning point in cosmic history. The legacy of the precursors was now theirs to bear, along with the responsibility of defending life itself against the encroaching darkness. Looking out at the stars from her office in the newly established Galactic Cooperation Center, Amelia felt a mix of excitement and trepidation. The cosmic crucible had forged humanity into something new, something powerful, but their greatest challenges and greatest adventures still lay ahead. The awakening that had begun on Mars had led them across the stars to lost origins and new frontiers. Now, with the power of the precursors at their fingertips and an ancient evil stirring in the cosmic depths, humanity prepared to write the next chapter in their epic journey through the cosmos. As night fell on Nova Terra, Amelia made a silent promise to the memory of Earth and to the legacy of the precursors. Whatever the future held, humanity would face it head-on, united with their new allies, ready to defend life and light against the encroaching darkness. The cosmic awakening had only just begun.